Hi, and welcome to this week's AI Tips for Trailblazers by Demystify. This week, I'm going to focus on a question that I get all the time. Which AI tools do I use on a regular basis, and why don't I just use one? So I'm going to walk you through kind of what I utilize for our newsletter that you guys get on a regular basis, and how I use both Perplexity, Claude, Opus, as well as ChatGPT on a regular basis to get some things done. And this is really, I think, as you build your own prompts and start to analyze how you develop things, this is a great way to get started. So let me share my screen and show you a little bit of a behind the scenes look in terms of how the newsletter works. So typically I'll start with Perplexity to do some research. So I will ask questions like, so recently Elon Musk drops a suit against OpenAI, which is the main thing I want to know about. So I'll ask, help me understand the news behind. So this is obviously a tool very similar to Google in a lot of ways that you can utilize for research. What I love about it is it actually will cite the sources and then kind of give you some answers. So Elon Musk, obviously in the AI space, is a very well-known leader and innovator. He's probably one of the best innovators of our time, but he also seems to love a little bit of drama. And so I'm very shocked to see that he dropped the lawsuit. This comes the day after he made comments about not letting a single one of his employees even bring an Apple device into his company moving forward, which is kind of interesting. So it gives me a little bit of an overview here. So this was filed in February of 23. So they're saying that some of the dismissal might be the fact that there was very limited data behind it. I'm going to say, help me understand. I'll ask this question like, what does this mean for the AI landscape? Let's see. Sometimes you have to get course corrections. So this should help, right? Preserve OpenAI's momentum, which is definitely obviously a thing there. It avoids the disruption to the ecosystem. It potentially can intensify competition since he's now having raised recently $6 billion in funding, but it does leave some unanswered questions, which is what I really felt like when I answer this. So this gives me some of my research for the article. So typically I will take this and move this into Claude. So what I'll say is, help me So, and honestly, spelling is not as critical. So, I'm going to copy some of these pieces over into Claude that I think are important. Mm. So I'm going to also add in, I'm going to have it start drafting. So typically you can either have it start drafting or I'll and have it draft this, which is, but I'm going to actually have it. So it'll be like include. So I'm going to have it tweak it. To include that. So I actually think this is kind of a fun one. So I'll take this one. And then what I'll also do is I'll probably rewrite this paragraph. I like it, but I don't love the flow. So I'm going to rewrite that and tweak that. But what I'll also do is I've also found that Claude is very good at helping me come up with image ideation. So I might say, provide 5 different image options that could well, it's kind of funny. So let's just say we do this. I then will come to ChatGPT because this is great for image generation. And I will kind of copy and paste in this and I'll get an image. I'm also going, well, it takes a little bit longer for image generation. I am also going to ask it for, go back to Claude. That's kind of cool. So these are some really great options and some ideas. I'm going to try this one as well in ChatGPT. Oh, that's great. You can see one of the things that you struggle with is AI and text here. So you can kind of see that issue. I'm going to try this one, but I actually really like that image. So you might see that in the newsletter. Um, this looks like he's doing donuts. The other interesting thing, just so you can know how this works, if you click on this, um, you can circle this and say, we're going to edit the selection. We're going to say, um, this is also sometimes what I do on the image side as I'm needing to make some edits or tweaks. So this is a newer feature within ChatGPT or Dolly where you can actually highlight what you're kind of thinking about and then have a conversation and get the correct image back. So I don't feel like it changed that much at all. This is also a struggle from that perspective. So if I could say Tesla, see if this one will come through. This is a lot of trial and error, especially on the image generation. Um, this is kind of cute, right? Like gives this data of a Tesla, it has the word U-turn. Um, decent spelling on the words on the imagery, which is oftentimes, obviously that's not a true U-turn, but this is a great image. I actually might use this as an example, just because I think it's kind of fun. So this is how you can utilize a number of tools collaboratively together to get what you need done. Join us next week for our next